A massive region of the Atlantic Ocean is getting colder while the rest of the planet heats up. Scientists say this mysterious anomaly could be a warning sign that one of Earth's most important climate systems is approaching a dangerous tipping point. If they're right, the consequences could change weather patterns across the globe. Imagine a place on Earth that refuses to follow the rules. While oceans around the world are warming, a huge patch of the North Atlantic is doing the exact opposite. For more than a century, it has been getting colder. Scientists call it the cold spot. At first, many thought it was just another climate anomaly. But new research suggests something much bigger may be happening beneath the surface. The suspect? A gigantic ocean circulation system known as the AMOC, a planetary conveyor belt that helps regulate temperatures across Europe, North America, and beyond. Now, evidence suggests this vital system may be weakening. If it slows too much, scientists warn it could trigger rising sea levels, extreme weather, shifting rainfall patterns, devastating droughts, and brutally cold winters in some regions. The most unsettling part? The cold spot may not simply be a symptom. It may be a warning, and the clock could already be ticking. The ocean mystery that refuses to disappear. Deep in the North Atlantic Ocean, south of Greenland and Iceland, scientists have been tracking one of the strangest climate mysteries on Earth. For over 100 years, this region has been cooling while most of the planet has been warming. Known as the Atlantic Cold Spot, this enormous area stands out on global temperature maps like a fingerprint from another world. It has puzzled researchers for decades and sparked intense debate among climate experts. But now, a new study may have brought scientists one step closer to understanding what is really happening, and the answer is raising serious concerns. The giant conveyor belt beneath the ocean. At the center of the mystery is the Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation, or AMOC. Think of it as a giant ocean conveyor belt. Warm water flows northward from tropical regions toward Europe. As it cools, it becomes denser, sinks into the deep ocean, and eventually travels back south. This process helps distribute heat around the planet and plays a critical role in maintaining climate stability. Without it, weather systems across multiple continents could change dramatically. Scientists have long suspected that global warming is weakening this circulation. As glaciers and polar ice melt, enormous amounts of fresh water pour into the North Atlantic. Because fresh water is less dense than salty water, it interferes with the sinking process that helps power the AMOC. In simple terms, the engine may be losing strength. New evidence raises new concerns. The latest research combined satellite observations, direct ocean measurements, and advanced climate models. What researchers discovered surprised even some experts. The cooling associated with the cold spot wasn't limited to surface waters. It extended deep into the ocean, where normal weather effects, such as winds and cloud cover, have much less influence. According to the study's authors, this strongly suggests that the weakening AMOC is playing a major role. Professor Stefan Rahmstorf, one of the researchers involved, argues that the evidence increasingly points toward changes in ocean heat transport as the primary explanation. Other independent studies have suggested that the AMOC may currently be at its weakest state in more than 1,000 years. While not all scientists agree on every detail, many acknowledge that the trend deserves close attention. What happens if the AMOC reaches a tipping point? This is where the story becomes truly unsettling. Climate tipping points are thresholds beyond which systems can change rapidly and become difficult or even impossible to reverse. If the AMOC were to weaken significantly or partially collapse, the consequences could be felt around the world. Sea levels along parts of the eastern United States could rise faster than expected. Europe could experience harsher winters despite global warming. Rainfall patterns across Africa, South America, and Asia could shift dramatically, increasing the risk of droughts in some regions and floods in others. Agriculture, ecosystems, and water supplies could all be affected. To be clear, scientists are not saying such a collapse is imminent. However, the growing evidence suggests the possibility cannot be ignored. A warning from the deep? Some researchers urge caution, noting that historical ocean data remains limited and that natural climate variability may still play a role. Yet even the more cautious voices agree on one thing: the cold spot is real, the cooling is measurable, and understanding its cause has become increasingly important. For now, the North Atlantic continues sending scientists a message from beneath the waves. The question is whether humanity is seeing an ordinary climate fluctuation or an early warning signal from one of Earth's most important systems. And that question remains unanswered. The most unsettling discoveries are rarely the ones we fully understand. They're the ones that appear quietly, years before anyone realizes what they mean. Right now, somewhere in the North Atlantic, a vast region of ocean continues to cool against the trend of a warming world. Scientists are still debating the details, still collecting data, still refining the models. But history has shown that nature doesn't always announce major changes with certainty. Sometimes it whispers first, and only later do we recognize the warning signs that were there all along. The cold spot remains. The ocean currents continue to change, and beneath the surface, the story may still be unfolding.